Welcome to Game Theorem, where we have serious discussions about absurd entertainment.
Professor Juniper, what are you thinking? You appear to have no qualms about the relationship between Pokémon and people. You put Pokémon into categories using arbitrary rules and think you can understand them like that. The very idea of a Pokédex revolts me. What do you have to say for yourself? Natural Harmonia Gropius, otherwise known as N.
I did not know that was his real name.
What'd you think about that quote, though, right?
Yeah, that was really good.
We're talking about Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
This is a revisit to Pokemon. This is going to be fun, right?
Yep. We got a lot to cover.
Yes. I've been kind of itching to hurry and catch up on Pokemon, so let's see if we can do that with this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Our first Pokemon episode was a deep dive into the backstory.
Yep.
Which, I don't know, I'd like to talk about that more again someday, but for now, we then did Generations 1 and 3, mm-hmm. Then we did Generations 2 and 4. Now, we're going to do the next ones. Now, first of all, we have to finish off Pokemon XD. Our last episode, in the 2 and 4 one, we had to talk about XD because it kind of straddled the line between Generations 4 and 5, mm-hmm. except it was made between 3 and 4. Confusing, I know. Mm-hmm. But basically, we were midway through the XD storyline, so we're going to just wrap that up real quick. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to talk about Generation 5, which are probably the most story-dense generations of all the Pokemon games.
Yep.
What do you say, Kira?
Let's get started.
All right. Now, just to recap on what was going on with XD, you're playing as Michael. There were shadow Pokemon. You're in the region of Aura, and you're trying to save all the shadow Pokemon. Yay, whatever.
All right, so Michael defeated several Cypher peons before he was knocked out by Team Snaggin and had his snag machine stolen by them.
Michael traveled to the outskirts stand in the desert and was given a shadow Togepi to purify by a former Cypher member named Hordle.
Hordle also told Michael where to find Team Snaggem, and Michael traveled there to retrieve his snag machine.
Michael defeated many Team Snaggem members before he battled their leader, Gonzap.
They realized they both were trying to defeat Cypher, so Gonzap decided to help Michael by giving him some of the same sleeping powder they used on him.
The enemy of my enemy, right?
Yeah.
Michael used the sleeping power to knock out the guards outside the strange building, which was the Cypher Key Lair.
Michael entered the Cypher Key Lair and was confronted by Zook.
Michael snagged Thug Zook's Shadow Zangoose and eventually purified it.
Michael went further into the lair and was confronted by many Cypher peons.
Michael snagged Cypher Peon Huma's Shadow Paris and Shadow Growlithe, eventually purifying them.
Michael snagged Cypher peon Gorog's Shadow Shelder and eventually purified it.
And then Locke's Shadow Beedrill and Shadow Pidgeotto.
And then Targ's Shadow Tangela and Shadow Butterfree.
Tangela.
Tangela?
It's not Tangela.
Oh.
It's like Tangled.
Okay.
Pokemon names. Ooh, what if we had a pronunciation episode about Pokemon names? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would get interesting real
Anyway,
fast.
you get the point. Like, this is like a big place full of a bunch of Cypher enemies, and there's so many Shadow Pokemon. There's so much more in this game than there was in the previous one, Colosseum. Mm-hmm. So then you get Snidle's Shadow Magneton, and eventually purify it.
Angic's Shadow Venomoth and Shadow Weepinbell.
Smarton's Shadow Arbok.
And then Michael shut down the Cypher Key Lair so no more Shadow Pokemon would be made.
Yes, prevent that corruption production. Mm-hmm. Michael reached the roof of the Cypher Key Lair and was confronted by Cypher Admin Gorrigan.
Michael snagged Cypher Admin Gorrigan's Shadow Primeape and Shadow Hypno, eventually purifying them.
Mr. Varick, from the beginning of the game, revealed that he was actually Cypher's leader, Greevil. Remember Greevil? Mm-hmm. That was a big twist in Colosseum.
Yeah.
And told Michael that Cypher's main base in XD001 were on Cidadark Isle, and that they were protected by the huge waves.
Michael used a Robo-Kyogre obtained from Gattianport and traveled the sea to Cidadark Isle.
You don't remember where the Robo-Kyogre comes from?
No.
Remember that one creepy scientist guy? He made the robot versions of Groudon Kyogre. The Groudon one was just a mech suit, but the submarine one was Kyogre.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Michael arrived and was immediately confronted by a navigator.
Michael snagged Navigator Absent, Shadow Golduck, and Shadow Sableye, eventually purifying them.
Michael battled through the building on Dark Isle, confronting many Cypher peons as well as all the Cypher admins he had fought before.
There's a lot. Alright, so Michael snagged Chaser Fergie, Shadow Dodrio, and Shadow Raticate.
Adam Lavrina's Shadow Altaria and Shadow Farfetch.
Admin. Litnar's Shadow Kangaskhan and Shadow Bennett.
Grouple's Shadow Magmar and Shadow Pinsir.
Admin Snaddle, Shadow Solrock, and Shadow Starmie.
Admin Ardos, who is Greevil's first bodyguard. Shadow Swellow, Shadow Electabuzz, and Shadow Snorlax. 3 of them.
Cypher Admin Gorgon, Shadow Polarath, and Shadow Mr. Mime.
And then Greevil's second bodyguard, Admin Eldies, his Shadow Salamence, Shadow Marowak, and Shadow Lapras, eventually purifying them.
Michael then finally is confronted by Cypher's Grandmaster Greevil with XD001, also known as Shadow Lugia.
Michael snagged Grandmaster Greevil's Shadow Lugia and eventually purified it. Oh, by the way, that was the hardest one to purify out of them all.
Because you had to purify, every other Pokemon in the game to do it?
The only way you had to do it is you had to go to the Shadow Purification machine and fill it up completely. You had to do a whole batch of like 40 Pokemon, or I don't remember exactly how many, but a lot. And if you included Lugia in the batch with them, then it would be purified. Otherwise, it was incorruptible or unable to be purified.
Wow. Okay.
Teamwork.
After this, Greevil fought Michael again with a full team of Shadow Pokemon.
Michael snagged Grandmaster Greevil's Shadow Rhydon, Shadow Exeggutor, Shadow Tauros, Shadow Articuno, Shadow Zapdos, and Shadow Moltres, eventually purifying them all.
Greevil fought Michael a third time with a different team of Pokemon.
Now that's just cheating. You're not supposed to use more than 6. Come on, don't you know the rules?
Yeah.
Come on, what do you mean a team leader breaking the Pokemon battle rules? Greevil revealed that Eldis and Ardos were his sons, and they argued about what to do when they were defeated, as Aldous wanted to blow up the Dark Isle in order to kill Michael, so Cypher would have a chance to continue with Michael dead.
Eldis managed to convince Greevil to surrender after he's defeated the last time, and they turned themselves in to the police.
That's funny. What should we do? Let's go out with a bang! Actually, no. Let's turn ourselves in. Okay. Ardos stormed off and fought in the Aura Coliseum. They did not agree on that decision.
Michael snagged Wanderer, Mirror B, Shadow Nosepass, and Shadow Dragonite.
You remember Mirror B from the previous game?
Yeah.
He had like the really like festive battle music and all the Ludicolo and whatnot. Was like a disco guy. Michael completed the challenge on Mount Battle 3 times to obtain the Johto starters Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. By the way, they also know the strongest versions of the moves, Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn, and Hydro Cannon, which is the only way to get them to learn that. Just a fun fact for you. They were very valuable.
Of course you would know, you went and got them, didn't you?
I got one of them. It was too much work to get all of them.
Michael competed in the Aura Coliseum where he battled all the Cypher admins again, Gonzup and his Team Snaggin members, Chobin piloting a Robo Groudon, and Ardos.
Michael defeated Ardos one last time, and he mentioned his plans to resurrect Cypher, naming Michael as its biggest threat. Which never happened, so let's move on!
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of XD. Let's talk about Generation 5.
Black and white and black 2 and white 2.
Yeah, the only times they had sequels. We're not talking about remakes, we mean sequels.
Yeah, actual sequels.
But let's get into the story of Gen 5. This is going to be a different region entirely. This one's based on America, actually. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this was the first time they picked a non-Japanese region. Yeah. You want to go?
Yeah. I was wondering, though, like, if you got black or white and then got black 2 or white 2, if you got opposite ones, was it possible to get both black Kyurem and white Kyurem?
You can do that because black and white and black 2 and white 2 each have one of them. So if you make sure to get the right ones matching up, it'd be fine. But they actually switch them around.
Oh, I see.
If you get black, you get Reshiram. If you get black 2, you get Zekrom.
So you'd actually have to stick to whether you got black and black 2 or white and white 2.
Yes.
That was interesting. I didn't know that.
All right. So all of these events are coming up, happen in black and white. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Hilbert/Hilda were waiting for their friend Bianca with their other friend Sharon at their home in Nuvema Town in the region of Unova.
Professor Juniper arrived with a gift box of 3 Pokemon, and Bianca arrived soon after.
Juniper let the 3 of them choose Pokemon to start with.
Bianca battled Hilbert/Hilda, and then Sharon battled them. By the way, I don't like how they give all the main protagonists real names nowadays. Hilbert and Hilda.
Yeah.
I liked it better when it was red and blue or gold and silver, you know?
Yeah, because that was more interesting, and you could make the case for renaming them whatever you wanted to name them because they're just color names.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like these original names, you're never going to see them in the story if you choose to rename yourself as a human name. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the default names should just be the name of the version.
Yeah, I also don't like the names that they picked, too.
Yeah, they just picked 2 H names. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Hilbert/Hilda then left for Accumula Town.
Hilbert/Hilda encountered Team Plasma for the first time when their leader, Gestus, made a speech in the town center about liberating Pokemon from people and met In, who challenged them to a battle, and they won. So this is interesting. So out of all the teams, Team Plasma is the only one who actually has a good argument for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Team Rocket, they were just like, yeah, we're capitalists, we don't care. And then Team Aqua was like, we need more water in the world. I mean, I think Team Magma's a little bit more plausible. Team Magma's like, we're running out of space to live. Let's get less water and more landmass. It's still idiotic, but you can kind of see how they came to that. Whereas Team Aqua's like, bleat people, forget them all. And just raise the water level. Have less land to live on. Which, again, I can kind of get it too, but still pretty idiotic. Mm-hmm. And then Team Galactic's just like, let's reset everything.
Yeah.
Team Plasma's like, humans abuse Pokemon. Let's liberate them.
Yeah.
And that's a dialogue people have talked about a long time about whether Pokemon was more akin to boxing or dog fighting. Mm-hmm. Now, I think Pokemon officially has denounced all premise of dog fighting. They do not consider that a valid interpretation.
Yeah.
Take that for what you will. Mm-hmm. I prefer the boxing analogy. Mm-hmm. But I could definitely see how someone could look at this and say, no, this is unethical. We shouldn't be capturing them. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep. All right. So, Hilbert/Hilda then traveled to Striaton, but were stopped by Bianca, who battled them again.
Hilbert/Hilda battled Sharon at the trainer school in Striaton.
They beat one of the Striaton gym leaders, Chili/Crush/Ceylon.
Yeah,
one of them.
That gym has 3 leaders, and one of them battles you based on the type matchup. Mm-hmm. A scientist named Fennel asked Hilbert/Hilda to retrieve some dream mist at the dream yard. By the way, I don't know, we didn't specify this episode, but we keep saying Hilbert/Hilda based on whether you're a boy or a girl.
Yeah, it's your choice. All right, so Hilbert/Hilda encountered Team Plasma again, trying to get the same dream mist they were, and then they battled and beat them.
The leader of Team Plasma, Gestus, arrived and scolded the Team Plasma grunts before they left. The grunts remarked that Gestus wasn't the same person who tried to manipulate people with the speech earlier, i.e. he seemed a bit duplicitous in the manner he was speaking. Mm-hmm. He wasn't so charismatic at that moment.
Mm-hmm. Hilbert/Hilda headed toward Nakreen City, but was stopped by Sharon, who wanted to battle them again.
Man, your partners really battle you a lot in black and white.
Yeah, I wanted to write it down because I was
kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
After the battle, Bianca ran past you with a little girl who had her Pokemon stolen by Team Plasma.
Hilbert/Hilda and Sharon went to Wellspring Cave with them to help and battled some Team Plasma grunts who gave back the stolen Pokemon, which Sharon then returned to the girl.
Hilbert/Hilda then reached Nakreen City.
When Hilbert/Hilda reached the gym and stopped them and battled them again.
They then beat Nakreen City's gym leader, Lenora. Oh, you didn't mention, but N is supposed to be the king of Team Plasma. He's like the heir to the throne. Gestius is the current leader, since N's too young to lead just yet. So that gives you a little idea of like their organization hierarchy of their. It's basically a cult.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a mix of a cult, a criminal organization, and a non-profit activist group. There we go.
There was actually a lot of controversy over Lenora. Do you know about that?
No, what's going on?
Well, Lenora was one of the only dark-skinned gym leaders in the game. And originally, they turned her into like the perfect Southern Belle mother who was like...
Okay, I don't remember what any of these gym leaders look like. Let me look up Lenora.
Yeah. She has 2 different appearances because they changed it in the West.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you did not sell that very well.
Okay.
The controversy was that she was wearing an apron, and being the only black woman, it made her look subservient, like a maid or something. And so they removed the apron, which I guess is a good thing that they did that.
Yeah.
Because like if you're only, this is why it's so important to have different representations of races. Otherwise, that one character had to hold everything. It wouldn't be bad if it was just one black woman that had an apron, but when all of them, and by that I mean the one, then it's a problem.
And that's why they changed it for the Western anime.
Because it implies bad things. Okay, let's move on.
Lenora's husband, Hawes, then told Hilbert/Hilda that Team Plasma had invaded the museum.
The Team Plasma grunts got away with a dragon skull from the museum, and Hilbert/Hilda pursued them to the Pinwheel Forest with Berg, who was the gym leader of the Castelia City Gym.
Hilbert/Hilda defeated the Team Plasma grunts, and they gave the dragon skull back.
Hilbert/Hilda traveled to Castelia City but was stopped by Sharon and Berg because Team Plasma showed up again.
Bianca had her Pokemon stolen by Team Plasma, and Hilbert/Hilda helped Berg get it back from Gestis.
Hilbert/Hilda then went back to the Castelia Gym and defeated the gym leader Berg.
Bianca then challenged Hilbert/Hilda to another battle.
Hilbert/Hilda headed to Nimbasa City and was stopped by Sharon to battle him again.
On the way to Nimbasa City, Hilbert/Hilda went to Relic Castle and was given a Clover/Plume fossil, which they eventually used to resurrect Tortuga/Arkin at the museum in Nakreen City.
It's the cover fossil, like cover like a shell. Get it?
Oh, yeah.
Hilbert/Hilda made it to Nimbasa City and defeated a Team Plasma grunt.
On the way to the Nimbasa gym, Hilbert/Hilda ran into N again, who revealed he worked with Team Plasma and battled Hilbert/Hilda again.
Hilbert/Hilda then beat the Nimbasa gym leader, Elisa.
They then battled Sharon and met Alder, the champion of Unova.
Then they arrived in Driftvale City and met the gym leader, Clay, who asked them to go after some Team Plasma grunts, again, that escaped when he let them go into the city.
Hilbert/Hilda defeated the Team Plasma grunts, then beat the Driftvale's gym leader, Clay.
Bianca then again challenged Hilbert/Hilda to a battle.
Some servants of Team Plasma, called the Shadow Triad, took Hilbert/Hilda to N, who warned them that Team Plasma was waiting to test them.
Hilbert/Hilda defeated a lot of Team Plasma grunts and then battled N again before having arrived at Mistralson City. Oh, I don't know if we talked about this, but N, when he battles you, he doesn't send out Pokeballs. He befriends Pokemon. He refuses to capture them.
Oh, I see.
So he's kind of like a Pokemon Ranger in that regard. Except Rangers have a cheat. They use a stylus. It's basically just an alternate Pokeball that's temporary.
Yeah.
Which I guess is still something, but whatever.
All right, so Hilbert/Hilda met the gym leader, Skyla, who left for Celestial Tower.
Hilbert/Hilda then reached the top of Celestial Tower and was invited to battle the Mistralton Gym.
They beat the gym leader Skyla and battled Sharon again.
Hilbert/Hilda then battled through Mistralton Cave and caught Cobalion, one of the 3 legendary Pokemon of Unova. One of the, what are they called? The Swords of Justice.
Yeah. They traveled to Rumination Field, east of Pinwheel Forest, and caught Virizion.
Hilbert/Hilda traveled to Icarus City and defeated the gym leader Bryson.
They then went to Dragon Spiral Tower and were told Team Plasma was going after the legendary dragon that was supposed to be at the top.
Hilbert/Hilda battled their way to the top of Dragon Spiral Tower, where they encountered with the legendary dragon Pokemon Zekrom/Reshiram, and he then told them that they needed to find the other dragon. Okay, I just want to say, this is the dumbest thing in the entirety of the Generation 5.
Yeah.
Reshiram represents truth. Zekrom represents ideals, right? Mm-hmm. Which one ends using depends on which game you're in, and that's dumb. Mm-hmm. His entire ideology, I think it's good for what we usually get, but if you can simply swap out whether you're talking about truth or ideals, you're talking about nothing. It makes it hollow.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, the truth will set you free, or my ideals will set you free. And you're like, I will not succumb to your truth, or I will not succumb to your ideals. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. They should have picked one and stuck with it. I think since N's kind of portrayed as being naive and wrong, maybe it would have been better for him to do ideals. Mm-hmm. Also, a lot of people talk about like whether Reshiram or Zekrom, like where they fit on the political spectrum. I'm only bringing it up because this is going to be my one time where I get the chance to set this straight. Some people think that Reshiram represents conservatism, whereas Zekrom represents progressivism. I've heard that before. It's not true. Basically, whichever one you say is the truth is going to be the one you believe in. Whichever one you say is the ideals is going to be the one you don't believe in. That's the end of the story right there. It doesn't matter what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I say that maybe the enemy character N should have Zekrom, the ideals, and then the player character gets Reshiram. But then that wouldn't have worked for the whole 2 version thing that they wanted to go for.
Yeah.
All right, next.
All right, so Hilbert/Hilda was told by Alder that the Relic Castle would lead them to the other dragon, so they went there next.
Hilbert/Hilda battled their way through the Team Plasma Grunts and reached the bottom floor where Gestis was. They're
told by Gestis that Lightstone/Darkstone isn't there,
which they needed to activate the other slumbering dragon. Mm-hmm. Hilbert/Hilda was called by Professor Juniper and told to come to Nakreen City Museum, and they traveled there.
They were given the Lightstone/Darkstone by Lenora and told to go see Dragon-type specialists in Opalucid City.
Bianca challenged Hilbert/Hilda to another battle.
When Hilbert/Hilda arrived in Opalucid City, they noticed it was a futuristic/ancient city with nothing from the past/pride in its history.
Is that different perversion?
Yeah, it's different perversion.
Oh.
In black, it's a futuristic city with no trace of the past. In white, it's an ancient city that's proud of its history.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Gestis made a speech in the city center about joining forces with the dragon and creating a new world, also attempting to persuade people to release their Pokemon.
Hilbert/Hilda then met Drayden and Iris, the Dragon-type specialists.
They told Hilbert/Hilda about the legend of Reshiram and Zekrom, which used to be the same dragon until 2 brothers fighting over truth and ideals caused the dragon to split so that each of them had one on their side. They fought to a stalemate, but their sons reignited in the feud. We talked about this in the past episode.
Mm-hmm. Hilbert/Hilda then went to the Opalucid gym and defeated the gym leader, Drayden/Iris.
Yeah, it was... Iris was Drayden's granddaughter, right? Mm-hmm. But she was the gym leader in white.
Yeah, and Drayden was the gym leader in black.
Okay. After they left Opalucid City, Hilbert/Hilda encountered Tornadus/Thunderous, which roamed the region and eventually caught it.
Hilbert/Hilda traveled to Victory Road and battled Sharon again.
They battled through Victory Road and caught Terrakion in the trial chamber. Now they have all three of the Swords of Justice.
Hilbert/Hilda made it to the Elite Four and defeated Chantal, Grimsley, Caitlin, and Marshall.
Hilbert/Hilda reached the champion Alder's room only to discover In had beaten him before they got there. Oh, you're pulling a blue now. I see.
Yeah. And made a castle rise from the ground and headed toward it.
How? Magic? Dragon power?
It was built there beforehand, and
What, propellers?
I guess
Propellers or
they
dragon
somehow
magic?
built it with no one noticing and then raised it up when he got there.
Okay. Hydraulics. That's gotta be hydraulics. Hilbert/Hilda pursued him and went into the castle, then reached the throne room.
And summoned Zekrom/Reshiram, and when it appeared, the Lightstone/Darkstone turned into Reshiram/Zekrom.
Hilbert/Hilda caught it and used it to battle In.
Gestas arrived, chastised N for losing, and implied N is his son.
Was his son.
Was his son, yeah.
Gestas battled Hilbert/Hilda and lost before he was arrested by Alder.
And then left the castle.
Wait, the champion can arrest? The champion's a police officer. Or was it just a citizen's arrest?
I think it was a citizen's arrest. I think Looker is the only one with any authority to actually arrest people.
No, there are police officers in Pokemon, though.
Oh, okay.
But how does citizen's arrest work in the Pokemon world?
I don't know. I think
next
you have
episode, detailing the legalese of the Unova region. Also, how is this America with kings? Whatever.
All right. And then left the castle with Zekrom/Reshiram.
Hilbert/Hilda returned to Nuvema Town and met Looker, who asked them to track down Team Plasma's 7 sages. Okay, so now we're getting into the arrest that you were talking about.
Yep. Hilbert/Hilda took the battle test at the Battle Institute in Nimbasa City.
Was it multiple choice?
It was different types of battles, and you know that.
Hilbert/Hilda beat the Elite Four again, and then finally defeated the champion Alder, becoming the champion of Unova. This is the only game where you have to go through the whole Elite Four a second time to actually face the champion.
Yeah. I think that's kind of crappy, because you beat the Elite Four, and then, I have to go and do it again.
Yeah, and in Generation 1, Blue at least beat them a while before you get there, so that they had a chance to heal up before you arrived.
Yeah. Hilbert/Hilda traveled to Lacunosa Town, where they heard a legend of a Pokemon that came from a meteor and attacked at night.
Hilbert/Hilda found and caught the Pokemon, which was Kyurem, the third of the legendary dragons.
They went to Undella Town, where they met Cynthia, who is the champion of the Sinnoh region. Who was the champion of the Sinnoh region.
Hilbert/Hilda found the last of Team Plasma's 7 sages after Looker had taken all the others into custody, and they too were also taken into custody.
I just decided to write that because I didn't want to go through and write every time you find one of the 7 sages and Looker arrests them.
Do they have names?
Yeah, they all have names.
Yeah, you should have put what their names were. Okay, they're Gorm, Bronius, Rude, Zinzolin, Gylo, Ryoko, and Gestas. Okay, there we go.
Yep. And that's the top of Team Plasma.
Gestas, I'm guessing, is the top of the sages, and that's why he was leading until N could take the throne.
Yep. Hilbert/Hilda traded with an alternate timeline where they had caught Thundurus/Tornadus instead of Tornadus/Thundurus and brought both of them to the Abundant Shrine, which caused Landers to appear, and they caught it.
They then traveled to the Black City/White Forest, where they battled trainers/Pokemon.
Yep.
That entire town is different depending on which one, which I admit is a little cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, unique locations. It at least makes the different versions a little bit more worth it.
Mm-hmm. Hilbert/Hilda was fortunate to find a shiny Raikou/Entei/Suicune.
How lucky! Hilbert/Hilda went to the Lost Lorn Forest and found an odd woman who lived alone. They showed her the shiny Raikou/Entei/Suicune, and she attacked them.
She turned out to be a Zoroark, and Hilbert/Hilda captured them.
Right. So basically you bring a shiny legendary beast, then you fight someone else who has a shiny legendary beast, but turns out they were faking it and you only know because you're the real one. So you capture the Zoroark, which was an illusion Pokemon and also a blatant attempt to try to repeat the success of Lucario. Okay, moving on. Hilbert/Hilda was fortunate to find a Keldeo and brought it along with Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion to the Moor of Icarus, where the Swords of Justice taught Keldeo the secret sword.
All right. And for now, these events occur between Black and White and Black 2 and White 2.
Okay.
So the Zoroark's illusion of Losselon Forest being a thick grove was dispelled.
Bianca became Professor Juniper's assistant.
Sharon became the Aspertia gym leader.
The Striaton gym leaders, Chili, Cress, and Ceylon, retired and turned the gym into a restaurant.
And
White only. So this is the only event that's exclusive to White.
Yeah. In White only, Drayden became the Upalucid City gym leader.
This was kind of dumb in my opinion. Okay, because then in both versions, back to Black and White, Iris became the Unova champion.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's just because she wasn't the gym leader in Black, she didn't have to give that to Drayden and go. Drayden just kept being the gym leader.
First, I love that they made a young Black woman. Well, sorry, she's probably not Black, but she is a person of color. Mm-hmm. They made a young person of color the champion, a young woman of color. Mm-hmm. So I think they're definitely improving here, right?
Yep.
But she was only the gym leader in the White version and not the Black version because her grandpa was. So if you wanted to then have her story change and like, oh, she moves up to champion, that's great if you're playing White and then White 2. But that's an element of the story you would never get if you were playing Black and Black 2. She would just kind of show up in Black 2. I mean, she would be in the game in Black 1, but you would hardly notice her.
Yeah, because she wasn't the gym leader of Opelucid City
Exactly.
like her grandfather was.
Yeah. So I question that very much.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the 7 sages of Team Plasma were released from custody.
Why?
I don't know.
They
There's
served
no
their
reason.
sentence?
I guess.
What was their sentence? Community service. Scientist Dudley was hired by Team Plasma to create the strongest Pokemon, but the project was cut off by N, but it still ended up resulting in Genesect. Mm-hmm. A modified version of an ancient Pokemon, which some people think was Kabutops, some think was Scyther. It was probably an ancestor of the two.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're in Black 2 and White 2. So, do you want to start this?
I just did mine.
Oh, okay. Nate/Rosa lived in Aspertia City and left their home to start their adventure.
They left their house and met Hugh outside before going to track down Bianca. I forgot, who's Hugh again?
I think that's Lenora's husband. No, that's Haas.
Oh, I forget, whatever.
He's just one of the ones that's your age. They caught up to Bianca and she let Nate/Rosa choose a Pokemon.
Hugh's sister gave Nate/Rosa a map to give to Hugh, who left already. Oh, he's just like a friend.
He's your rival.
Yeah.
Nate/Rosa went to Felicity Town, then the Felicity Ranch, where they found Hugh and battled him.
Nate/Rosa encountered Team Plasma for the first time when they were told that the herdier from Felicity Ranch was missing. It's like a giant dog.
Yeah, they found the lost herdier, and the Team Plasma grunt escaped.
Nate/Rosa was told by Alder that the Aspertia gym had reopened when they went to Felicity Town.
Nate/Rosa beat the Aspertia City gym leader, Sharon.
Sharon, remember him? He was from the previous game.
Yep.
I like that. I like character growth. That's awesome.
Yep. He became a gym leader.
And Bianca's a lab assistant.
Mm-hmm.
They then traveled. You know what? They should have had the player character be the champion of this game.
Oh, really?
They should have had Hilbert/Hilda be the champion.
Which one, though? How would you choose which one?
Just break it up per version. Hilbert in one, Hilda in the other.
Well, they had Iris become the champion. Maybe she beat them.
Well, fair. I do think Iris would beat them. She's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But they could have at least had them like, yeah, we were champions for a bit, and then Iris creamed us. Anyway, so Nate/Rosa beat the Aspertia gym. Oh, no, we said that. Yeah. They then traveled to Burbank City.
Nate/Rosa beat the Burbank City gym leader, Roxy.
They were then scouted by PokeStar Studios after the battle and taken to the studio.
Nate/Rosa and their Pokemon starred in several movies and became famous.
That was actually really cool because you got to fight things that weren't Pokemon.
Yeah.
Team Plasma Grunts arrived in Burbank City, and Nate/Rosa helped to defeat them alongside Roxy and Hugh.
Nate/Rosa traveled to Castelia City.
They went to the Castelia sewers, and Hugh helped them battle wild Pokemon before they found and defeated a Team Plasma Grunt.
Nate/Rosa beat the Castelia gym leader Berg.
They then traveled through Route 4, which had been unearthed from the sands and developed into a settlement / revealed ancient ruins.
Yeah, in Black 2, it is developed into a settlement. In White 2, they found ancient ruins and left it alone as an archaeology site.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. In Black 2, White 2, Nate/Rosa passed through Join Avenue, a new shopping center they were asked to manage and expand. Yeah, just ask a 10-year-old to run a business.
We have a mall. You want to take over? Because we have no idea what we're doing. Malls are not profitable and are actually going under and dragging a lot of cities' budgets down. Okay, back to Pokemon. Where were we at? They attracted visitors and vendors to the place, and it became a very successful shopping center.
Yep.
Somehow.
Because they personally went out and said, go to Join Avenue. And then they personally went out to vendors and are like, you want to open a store in Join Avenue? And that's literally what they did.
And you want to need any business tips for your business? If you're starting a new business, I have a tip for you. Have you considered doing business? That's step 1 to a successful business. You gotta just start doing it. It may not work, but it will be better than not doing that.
Oh my god, you're ridiculous. They arrived at Nimbasa City and they went to the subway where they teamed up with Rosa/Nate to battle 2 subway bosses.
Oh, so Nate meets Rosa or Rosa meets Nate. Then.
Yeah, and they battled 2 subway bosses.
They arrived at Nimbasa City and they went into the subway and battled some subway bosses.
All right. They defeated the gym leader Alessia in Nimbasa City.
They then took the subway through Nimbasa City to Anvil Town.
They then went through Lawthorn Forest into Driftvale City.
Nate/Rosa then found some Plasma Team Grunts that still lived in the city and beat the Driftvale City gym leader Clay.
Mm-hmm. Nate/Rosa then went to the Pokemon World Tournament and won.
Exciting.
Yeah.
They then discovered the Plasma Frigate, where they battled Team Plasma Grunts with Hugh and Charon.
One of the 7 sages, Zinzolin, used the Shadow Triad, and they took the 3 of them off the ship. Nate/Rosa ended up in the Relic Passage.
Nate/Rosa went through the Relic Castle and met with Sharon on Route 6.
They then traveled to Mistralton City and beat the gym leader Skyla.
Nate/Rosa went through Lentimus Town to Reversal Mountain, which was a dormant volcano filled with rainwater / a very active volcano filled with magma.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. They arrived in Undula Town and battled Hugh again before they moved on to Route 13.
Nate/Rosa encountered Cobalion and caught it.
They went to Lacunosa Town and were told about the legendary dragon Zekrom/Reshiram by Professor Juniper.
Nate/Rosa traveled to Opelucid City, but also encountered and caught Virizion on the way.
They then beat the Opelucid gym leader Drayden.
Opelucid City was attacked by the Plasma Frigate. Zinzolin demanded Dragon to hand over some DNA splicers.
Nate/Rosa battled several members of Team Plasma, but they got away with the DNA splicers.
Nate/Rosa then traveled through the marine tube to Humalau City. Marine tube?
Yeah, it was a tube underground, like a subway thing.
Oh,
like, you didn't travel on a cart or anything, you just walked through it.
Weird name.
Yep. They beat the Humalau's gym leader Marlin.
Nate/Rosa then traveled through Route 22 and encountered and caught Terrakion.
They found where the Plasma Frigate was docked and battled through the Team Plasma Grunts with Hugh.
Hugh told them they could get to Zinzolin by flipping switches / using a password, and they took the northern / southern stairway to the basement.
They reached the command center where Zinzalin revealed the plasma frigate was powered by Kirim.
Nate/Rosa teamed up with Hugh and defeated Zinzalin and a Team Plasma Grunt.
The Shadow Tribe were summoned and teleported Nate/Rosa and Hugh off the ship before it flew to the giant chasm.
Nate/Rosa went to the plasma frigate at the giant chasm.
They reached the room where Kirim was imprisoned and got the password/flipped the switches in order to reach Kirim.
Zinzalin appeared and tried to stop Nate/Rosa one last time, but was defeated.
They then went to the control room of the ship and defeated Colress, who waited for them there.
Nate/Rosa defeated the Shadow Triad, and Gestis revealed his plan to use Kirim to freeze Unova to force them to submit. I should, by the way, mention, if it's not already obvious, the ideology and everything we were praising, like even the facade is dropped here. Gestis is a jerk. Mm-hmm. He's just an opportunist pretending to care for the movement and was the real believer.
Mm-hmm. Gestis tried to attack you with Kirim, but N flew in on Zekrom/Reshiram, which got fused with Kirim by Gestis using the DNA splicers.
Kirim then became Black Kirim/White Kirim, and then Nate/Rosa defeated it, which caused it to separate back into two.
Gestis was then defeated by Nate/Rosa and taken away by the Shadow Triad.
Nate/Rosa traveled through Victory Road and reached the Pokémon League.
They defeated Chantal, Grimsley, Caitlin, and Marshall.
Nate/Rosa then defeated the current champion of Unova, Iris, and became the new champion.
And then they returned home to Aspertia City.
Nate/Rosa battled the former champion of Unova, Alder,
who was living in Aspertia City. They then traveled to the Cave of Beam, where they encountered and caught Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf.
Nate/Rosa battled in the Pokemon World Tournament several more times, first beating the Unova Leaders Tournament, and then the Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh Leader Tournaments. Oh, I love the recurring characters with this.
Mm-hmm. They then battled through the World Leaders Tournament before battling the Champions Tournament, where they battled the Pokemon League champions from all the other regions.
Nate/Rosa went to Clay Tunnel, where they encountered and caught Regirock and Registeel/Regice.
They traded with an alternate universe where they caught Regice/Registeel instead and brought all three legendary titans to the statue of Regigigas at Twist Mountain.
It's raining legendaries.
Mm-hmm.
The statue came to life and Nate/Rosa caught Regigigas.
They went to Black City/White Forest and battled through the Black Tower/White Tree Hollow.
They traveled to the Marvelous Bridge, where they held up a lunar wing and encountered and then caught Cresselia.
Nate/Rosa went back to the Pokemon League and found N's castle, where they battled N, who used Zekrom/Reshiram.
Once Nate/Rosa defeated N, Zekrom/Reshiram turned into the Darkstone/Lightstone, and N told them to take the stone to Dragon Spiral Tower.
They took the Darkstone/Lightstone to Dragon Spiral Tower, where it became Zekrom/Reshiram, and Nate/Rosa caught it.
N told them Kirim returned to the Giant Chasm.
Nate/Rosa went to the Giant Chasm and caught Kirim.
They then went to the Dream Yard and caught Latios/Latias.
Nate/Rosa went to the P2 Laboratory Island, where the plasma frigate was now docked, and battled Colress again.
They traveled to Reversal Mountain and caught Heatran.
Nate/Rosa took a plane from Mistleton City to the Nature Preserve and encountered then caught a shiny Haxorus.
Nate/Rosa defeated the Elite Four and Iris once again.
Nate/Rosa was fortunate to find a Keldeo and brought it to the Pledge Grove, where it remembered the secret sword it had already been taught.
And then Nate/Rosa were fortunate to find a Genesig, somehow, which they brought to the P2 laboratory, where a scientist named Dudley gave them a Shock/Douse drive and a Burn/Chill drive upon being defeated in battle.
Yep.
Okay, and that's all the little legendaries you get for free at the end, or you have to go to an event or do busy work to get.
Yeah.
I feel they shower you in legendaries too much these days.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think those were mostly cool and whatnot. Other Pokemon games, they're never going to win like an Oscar for storytelling, but I think that's basically the best you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
they definitely had the best story.
We might have to rush, but let's try to get Gen 6 done, because Gen 6 is only X and Y. That's all you got to worry about.
All right. So this is going to all be X and Y.
And this is in France? right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they're deep friends. All right, so Caleb / Serena lived in Vanaville Town in Kalos, and they changed out of their pajamas before they left the house and met Serena / Caleb and Shauna, who told Caleb / Serena to go to Aquacord so Professor Sycamore could give them all Pokemon.
They arrived in Aquacord, and Shauna, along with Serena / Caleb and two others Shauna introduced as Tierno and Trevor, called Caleb / Serena over.
Tierna showed them the Pokemon, gave Caleb / Serena a letter addressed to their mom, and they all chose a Pokemon.
This one, like, you're not just a you and your rival or even three people. You got a whole batch of friends. Like, you got a whole posse here.
Yeah.
Shauna challenged Caleb / Serena to a battle.
Caleb / Serena went back to Vanaville Town, delivered the letter to their mom, and then went back to Aquacord.
They met up with everyone and then traveled to Santa Lune City.
Caleb / Serena beat the Santa Lune City gym leader, Viola.
They then traveled to Lumio City.
Caleb / Serena went to Professor Sycamore's lab where he offered them a second Pokemon.
What second Pokemon?
The original starters.
So Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander?
Yeah.
Okay. You should have just put the Kanto starters. He also gave them corresponding Megastone that couldn't be used just yet.
Caleb / Serena traveled around the city and encountered Lysandra, who expressed that he wanted the world to be a beautiful, unchanging place.
Caleb / Serena then went to Campfire Town, where they ran into Professor Sycamore and Shauna and were told that something was happening on Route 7.
They went to Route 7 and found there was a Snorlax in the way and that it couldn't be woken up without a Pokeflute.
Now they're just actively calling back to Gen 1.
Yep.
Caleb / Serena then went to Parfume Palace to find the Pokeflute.
The owner of the Parfume Palace lost their fur fruit, and Caleb / Serena helped find it. As a reward, the owner gave them the Pokeflute.
Caleb / Serena then went back to Snorlax and were able to capture it.
They then encountered the Battle Chateau and defeated everyone there.
Caleb / Serena then went to Ambret Town and asked about the Mega Evolution at the Fossil Lab and were told to talk to their field assistant at Glittering Cave.
They went to Glittering Cave and battled Team Flare before reaching the assistant.
The assistant gave Caleb / Serena the Jaw / Sail fossil, which they restored into Tyrant / Amora.
They then traveled to Sileg City and beat the gym leader Grant.
Caleb / Serena battled some members of Team Flare on their way to Geosenge Town.
Caleb / Serena reached Geosenge Town and was challenged by Karina before they left.
They then reached Solor City and went to the Tower of Mastery, where the Guru of Mega Evolution was. Tierno, Shauna, Trevor, and Serena / Caleb were all gathered there.
The Guru offered a Mega Ring, which would allow the use of Megastones, and everyone except Caleb / Serena and Serena / Caleb declined. This left them to battle to decide who would get the Mega Ring.
Caleb / Serena won the battle, however, they were required to defeat Karina at the Shilor City Gym to earn the Mega Ring.
They defeated Karina at the gym, then went back to the Tower of Mastery, where they went to the top, and Karina gave them the Mega Ring, then challenged them to another battle.
I do love the Mega Evolution, though. I'm so sad they're getting rid of that. I love Mega Evolution. It's so cool.
It's so much cooler than any of the other gimmicks they've come up with.
They incorporated what was probably the coolest thing from Digimon. Come on.
Oh, yeah, true.
Mega Greydon. I'm kidding. Sorry, wrong series. Caleb / Serena traveled to Coumarine City and battled Serena / Caleb again before they went to the Coumarine City Gym.
They beat the Coumarine City gym leader, Ramos.
Caleb / Serena were told there was a problem at the power plant and they went there.
They battled the Team Flare members that were stealing power and then went to Lumia City, which was more accessible since the blackout was over.
Caleb / Serena then went to the prison tower and beat the Lumio City gym leader Clement.
Everyone met at Route 14, where Caleb / Serena was challenged by Serena / Caleb again before they moved on to Laver City.
Caleb / Serena beat the Laver City gym leader Valerie.
They then went to the Pokeball factory, which had been taken over by Team Flare.
What's Team Flare's mission again? They just want to make the world beautiful? I think
they want to freeze the world, basically, and make it a beautiful but unchanging place.
To me, they sound like people that are like, the past was better, the present's so dirty, and like they just want power.
Yeah.
Which one? After they defeated all the Team Flare members, they left for Dendamil Town.
Caleb/Serena ran into Professor Sycamore as they entered the town and were told about the legendary Pokemon Xerneas/Yveltal, which was said to sleep in a secret place after losing all its vitality.
Caleb/Serena defeated a group of Team Flare members at Frost Cave who were causing a blizzard by harassing Pokemon. What?
They were harassing a ice/snow Pokemon type
okay. I see.
in a cave, and that's why. They arrived in Anister City and were told the story behind Xerneas/Yveltal, which was about the legendary Pokemon ending a terrible war.
Yeah, see the past episode. Caleb/Serena battled Serena/Caleb and defeated the Anister City gym leader, Olympia.
After Caleb/Serena left the gym, they were told Lysander was the leader of Team Flare and that he planned to use an ultimate weapon to eliminate everyone who wasn't part of Team Flare.
Caleb/Serena went back to Lumio City and into Lysander Labs, which was the HQ of Team Flare.
By the way, this is in the Lysander Cafe that they have to go back to because there's like 10 different cafes in the city. All right, so they battled through all the Team Flare members and reached the central room where Lysander was.
Caleb/Serena defeated Lysander and chased him through the labs only for the ultimate weapon to be reawakened in Geosinge Town.
Caleb/Serena went to Geosinge Town to stop Team Flare and found their secret HQ.
They battled their way through the HQ and defeated Lysander again before they found out that the legendary Pokemon Xerneas/Yveltal was being drained of its life force to power the ultimate weapon.
Caleb/Serena caught Xerneas/Yveltal and defeated Lysander for the third time before he used what power the weapon did have to fire it. However, it backfired as it simply destroyed itself in the secret HQ along with it.
See, he claimed he wanted peace. He just wanted war.
Yeah.
Caleb/Serena then was told by Professor Sycamore to meet him in Kuraway Town.
They met up and Sycamore apologized for not realizing how evil Lysander was. Sycamore then battled Caleb/Serena.
He actually battled a professor.
Yeah.
Caleb/Serena battled all their friends on their way to Snowbell City.
Yep. Literally battle all four of them.
Okay.
They defeated the Snowbell gym leader Wolfric.
Caleb/Serena battled their way through Victory Road and reached the Pokemon League, which was a large castle.
They defeated the Elite Four, Malva, Seabold, Wickstrom, and Drazda.
Caleb/Serena then defeated the Kalos champion Diantha and became the new Kalos champion. Oh yeah, so like the supermodel celebrity was the champion of this region.
Oh, yep. The former king, AZ, battled Caleb/Serena, and his long-lost Floette came back to him. Explanation on who AZ is and why this happens is in the backstory.
Yeah, he's an immortal. He never died. And yeah, like his Floette finally forgives him. Why now, though? I'm guessing, it's because the ultimate weapon was destroyed. Then the Floette was able to forgive him.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. Caleb/Serena went back to Vanaville Town and then left again to go back to Lumio City.
As the champion, Caleb/Serena can now dine at Restaurant Le Wow and battle through the Battle Institute.
So they have a clientele of one?
No, like, they won't let you in unless you're the champion because you need to have some kind of status.
Oh, okay.
And that's the only way you can get enough status to go there.
That's mean.
Yeah.
Caleb/Serena then traveled to Cloud City and participated in the Battle Mason.
They were contracted by Looker and were required to find Looker tickets around Lumia City before he would work with them.
Caleb and Serena worked with Looker to find an orphan girl named Emma, who he adopted and found out she was being controlled using a suit made Dr. Zerosic of Team Flare to commit crimes that Emma didn't remember.
Yeah, that's the short version of all the crap that happens.
That sounds pretty cool. I never did that. I didn't know that was even in the game.
Yeah, because you have to find all the Looker tickets and then do all the missions, and several of them
kind of like not like a paywall, but like a work wall.
Yeah. All right, so Caleb/Serena defeated Dr. Zerosic, and Looker took him into custody, leaving Kalos, and after having bought a building for Emma to live in.
Caleb/Serena encountered Articuno/Zapdos/Moltres and eventually caught them after they had roamed Kalos.
Caleb/Serena went to an unknown dungeon and encountered then caught Mewtwo.
Okay, Mewtwo's just hanging out there.
Yeah, it's like, what was that cave?
Calum/Serena battled their way through the Terminus Cave on Route 18. They eventually encountered and caught Zygarde.
All right, yeah.
If you want to know more about that Mewtwo thing, we actually contributed on a video, which I'm upset with myself for not mentioning at the top of this episode. There's this YouTube channel called Loxton and Noggin, and we contributed for an episode called Multiple Legendary Pokemon or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's called Our Legendaries Unique.
Yeah, maybe it was that.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely check it out. He has like a lot of good Pokemon stuff that we would recommend. Mm-hmm. And that one is one we did. So feel free to check that out too.
Yep.
Okay, so we managed to get it done just in time.
Yep.
Honestly, Gen 6 I think is one of the shortest gens because it's just X and Y.
Yep.
And because they had just made the transition to full 3D graphics in Gen 6, I think a lot of people were willing to accept that. Yeah. There was very little post-game content. There was basically a few legendaries.
Everyone thought there was going to be a Z, and they just throw you Zygarde at the end of this instead.
Yeah, I was going to say that next, yeah. And they never made a follow-up version, which I'm honestly kind of okay with. I would rather you give me nothing than give me Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun.
Oh, yeah, because that was ridiculous.
But we'll be talking about that next time. We're going to be doing Gen 7 and 8, the one that hasn't come out yet. We'll be doing Sword and Shield. Won't that be fun?
Yep.
Whenever
this isn't going to happen until that comes out.
Well, it comes out, like, now, right? Sometime in November.
Sometime, I guess.
Hey, I'm still upset about the Pokédex, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I'm taking a hardline end stance, anti-Pokédex. Although, really, I would be completely for the Pokédex if you would just do it right. Mm-hmm. It's not just the Pokédex, though. It's also the Pokémon. And they're being cheap about the game. I'm not happy about that.
Yeah,
If you want to know our thoughts on this, look at our last E3 episode. We went into it when the news came out.
Oh, yeah, about Sword and Shield, yeah.
So, of course, just like with Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, we're going to be holding out to see what the next version is. Pokemon, what's Sword, Shield, Boomerang, Mace, Pokemon Mace. It has to start with an S.
I think they might do, like,
Swish
sequels, like Ultra Sword and Ultra Shield or whatever, but
You're totally right, and it's going to be awful.
I don't think they're going to do a third version where they
I think they're done doing that. I don't think they're doing it anymore.
And it's so ridiculous because it was so awesome when they did it.
Like, Pokemon Emerald is one of the best games, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Right.
Have a nice day, everybody. Check out our Twitter. Check out that YouTube episode of us there. Listen to Loxton.
Yeah.
That's what you could do. Bye.
Bye.